Hey guys, in this video, I'm going to show you how to quickly add meta titles and descriptions to your listings. Before we do that, let's go ahead and take a look here at the How to Configure SEOPress for MyListing Websites guide, which now contains the documentation for assigning meta to your listings, whereas before this was a separate guide. So I've brought that guide over into this one and removed the other one. So everything SEOPress and MyListing related will be in this one guide going forward here. So that on my screen here, you can see that section brought in titles and meta for listings, and so on and so forth. I wanted to draw special attention to some new stuff that I added here, which is this first note box here. So when I gave you guys the directions for this, it was to use the post title variable that SEOPress gives you to pull in that post title automatically, which in this case is our listing title, and then up to append the words provides wedding. So this was under the guise that you have a website that obviously has to do with weddings and it's a one listing type. So what if that same website had other listing types that didn't directly relate to providing wedding services, or in short, where the words provides wedding doesn't really match up with that particular listing type. I'd have to think about one of those off the top of my head, but let's just say it doesn't work. You've got other listing types, and then that general assumption just won't work. Okay, so what are our options? That's what I wanted to point out, where this OpenAI integration really will help. So I wanted to point that out. And also in a scenario like what if you and your team are adding the listings and managing the listings on behalf of your users and customers? In that case, you have full control over the meta descriptions, and well, you always would, but that's kind of how you would want to go about it, maybe, is to manually go in and manipulate the meta for the title and descriptions on a per listing basis. Or maybe you want to charge extra for that. I don't know if it's worth your time or the listing owner's money and time for you guys to work together on that. It's just something that you need to tackle. And then obviously, if they are the ones adding their listings, they don't have control over their meta descriptions. They do have control over their title to a certain extent. But as you notice here in this guide, I'll let you guys go ahead and read it. But if you don't do anything out of the box, MyListing is going to give you a meta title that's not good for SEO entirely. So definitely check out the guide. So again, that's where this OpenAI is going to come in to help too. Okay. So long story short, when and why does this OpenAI matter? It matters when you don't want to take the time to think about what a good SEO title and a good SEO meta description should be. That is when you'll want to do it, and when situations like what I outlined here, when that general variable description that I've got here, if you see on my screen here, this snippet right here, as just an example of how you can build that meta description dynamically. So the OpenAI helps in situations where this doesn't make any sense or isn't ideal. Okay. So that's it. So let's go ahead and get into it. Enough of my rambling. Let's get down to that section of the guide here. I'm going to move this to my other screen. Okay, so an important note right off the bat is that there is a cost associated with this, but don't be alarmed. It is such a minimal cost that it's ridiculous. It's like 2 cents per 1,000 tokens, or I think they call them tokens, credits maybe. They call them credits, I think. It is, really, really cheap. It's practically free. But then the other important note is when you sign up for a free trial, you get $18 worth of credits. That's going to last you a very long time. So you'll be able to try this thing out for a long time to see if it's something that you want to commit to using going forward. Another thing to note is this is currently in a beta phase. So this SEOPress integration is currently in beta phase. It works awesome, which we're going to see here in a second. But you still have to manually go and assign the meta to the titles and listings. It's not like someone adds a listing and it's just going to automatically be applied the right way, or using the AI, I should say. You still have to manually go in and do that. I envision maybe in the future that they're going to just allow this to be an automated thing, similar to what I show in this guide, where I give you that string of variables and text where you can automatically generate that meta description. I envision this AI integration being able to do something like that in the future. But for now, that's what it is. Okay, so if you're working from this guide, I'll give you a link to sign up for the free open AI trial. Just follow that. Once you're in there, just grab your API key that they're going to give you. Go to the API section, grab a key, jump back into your WordPress dashboard. So if you want to follow along with me here on my screen, you'll see that I'm already here. So WordPress dashboard, SEO, and then there's a pro menu item down here on the left. Click on that. Then go to the AI menu item and then toggle on this AI beta, and then drop in your API key here in this box. And you want to leave the open AI model as is, as its default, and click Save Changes. And that's it. You've now integrated SEOPress with OpenAI. Okay. Now let's look at assigning this stuff to a listing. Before we do that, here we have a test listing. I called it SEOPress Gym. And so that's the title. And I gave it a really boring tagline and then a description, right? So you may be wondering, where does this AI stuff come from? Like, what does it pull from? And the description is going to pull from your description field, from your listing type. So whatever you call that, it could be whatever you want to call it, as far as the front end goes, like about me or the about, but you want it to be that description field. So if we look at a listing type here, go to a listing type. We'll open the gym listing type. And then we see here the description. So this is what you want to have in here. You want to be sure you have this field if this is what you want to do for the meta description. Have this field in there. And I do recommend you make this a required field. And then if you've ever seen my starter sites, I like to give a minimum length to these. The max isn't such an important part, but the min I would say is make them put some content in there. Okay. So that's where it's going to pull from, the meta description. So we see that I typed in a description here. And if we right click on this listing and go to view page source, we see here meta name equals description. So that's going to be our meta description. And we see that it matches, actually, let me refresh this. Maybe, hold on a second. Maybe I already set this. No, it's not in there. That's weird. Let me try to get this back to where it was. 1 second. Could be a caching issue also. Okay, there we go. So we see here that, again, meta name, description, content. This is the best gym in San Antonio, blah, 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 and so much more. So we see that matches this, right? So that's where it's pulling from. So imagine this was like multiple paragraphs long, and it had the mention of what city they were in, or the cities that they service, things of that nature. What if you wanted to automatically use that information to create the best meta description? So this is how you're going to do it. So you're just going to go to your listing and select that listing. And from the drop-down bulk actions menu, you're just going to choose generate meta description with AI and click apply. Okay. That's one way to do it. The other way is you can do it from the individual listing. So go into the listing itself, scroll down to the SEOPress area in here, which is just labeled SEO. So right here, you can click this generate meta with AI. This is going to generate the title and the description both. Okay. So that's the two ways that you can do that. And then going back to this screen, if you want to do these in bulk, you can select all of them that are currently on your screen. You could select a couple, maybe someone just added a new listing to your site and you just want to go, or maybe they added, maybe like 5 listings have came into your site today and you want to go in and apply a meta description using the AI. You could come in here and select those 5 and so on. So we're just going to do the one for now. And we're going to choose generate meta description. I'm going to actually duplicate this page so we don't lose it. And we'll duplicate this one as well, just so you can see the changes, okay? So again, we're going to generate meta description with AI. Click apply. Okay, that's done. So now let's refresh this listing. We see that the description stays the same. That's to be expected because I didn't change any of that. So those are the same. Now, we see here that before the meta description was this. Now let's refresh. There we go. So just like that, it took what I wrote. So this is the best gym in San Antonio, Texas, offering free weights, saunas, juice bar, fitness classes, and so much more. Then SEOPress using OpenAI changed it to say, this is the best gym in San Antonio. San Antonio, Texas has the best gym in San Antonio, Texas has it all, rather than this is the best gym in San Antonio, Texas. And then the next part, offering free weights, saunas, juice bar, fitness classes, they said, dash free weights, saunas, a juice bar, and fitness classes. Check us out for all of your fitness needs. So you can see that it injected some really valuable content into there to help you write this stuff. Okay. So I've given you the ways to do it individually and in bulk. Let's look at the title here. So this is what I meant out of the box. MyListing doesn't do the titles very well, or I shouldn't say perfectly. This is not a good separator right here for SEO. So let's go back to the listing and let's generate that title. So generate meta title with AI, apply. And let's see what it gives us. So before it was this one, SEOPress gem, and then that incorrect separator, and then fit. See what happens now. Okay, so now it's changed our title to experience the best gym in San Antonio, free weight, sauna, juice bar, and more. Boom. Pretty cool stuff. Now, obviously, you probably want to have. It depends. There's a lot of things to consider here. Like, you probably want to have the name of the listing in the title, and the meta description, but maybe not. But if you do, let's say that you do. So obviously the name here is not going to change. It's always going to be SEOPress gym, right? That's not going to change. But the meta underneath of what the robots, the search engine see, this is what they're going to see. But they're not going to get from the title, they're not going to get the actual name of the gym. So maybe you want to put that in there. So let's go back to the listing. Let's edit the actual listing. Go back to that SEO section. And we see what was added in here, what was generated. So maybe at this point, you want to say SEOPress gym dash experience the best gym in San Antonio. And then you see here that it exceeds the number of recommended pixels for SEO. So then you can just manipulate this however you want. SEOPress gym, experience the best, maybe we take out the word gym, the best in San Antonio. Manipulate this however you want. Free weights, saunas, etc. To get down to the pixel length that you want. Or maybe it's SEOPress gym, experience the best gym in San Antonio, and we just leave it at that, something like that. Now, I did reach out to Oh, wait a minute. Maybe it's, there we go. So I didn't, there we go. So now that fits within the parameters here of what SEOPress recommends. I did reach out to the SEOPress guys, and I haven't got a response yet, but I asked them if there was going to be a way in the future. I imagine it's super difficult just to ensure that whatever's generated falls in line with the recommended pixels. So we'll see what happens there. But the bottom line here is that this is to help you write better meta descriptions and titles. It's not going to be 100% perfect. If you're following along with all of the chat GPT and all of the AI stuff that's going around in the news, you'll see that while it generates really amazing things, especially when it generates copy, verbiage, wording, you need to fact check it. You need to double check it, but it does get you like 95% of the way there and helps you think through things. So that's where this is really, really cool. Now I'm going to call this the bonus round. Let's go a little bit further. Let's say you've got this listing, and the listing owner came in here, or you, and you wrote this, this sentence, and it's not going to be much SEO value to this. Like, there's just no content here. So what if you're struggling to write about this gem? Okay. You need help. So let's figure that out. Let's use Chat GPT. I'm sure you've heard about it in the news. Let's use Chat GPT to write a description here. Okay. So I've already done this, and this ties in with your OpenAI account, with your credits and all that. So it's all intertwined. You're good to go. So just fire up Chat GPT, start a new chat. And you'll see here, you know what, we'll do another one. We'll do another one together. Okay. So what I told it was to write an SEO optimized description for a gym in Charlotte, North Carolina. Okay. We'll just go with this. So let's assume that this gym is Charlotte, North Carolina, not San Antonio, Texas. This is what Chat GPT spit out for me. So then you just come over to your listing. Boom, drop that in. Let's just say, I'm going to change this real quick. San Antonio, Texas. Look no further than, I put XYZ. Let's call it SEOPress Gym. SEOPress Gym. Now, let's say you want even more than this. You could go back to ChatGPT and you could edit your initial request and say things like, give me 5 paragraphs, or give me 1,000 words, or whatever you want to say there to make them spit out more content for you. And if that isn't enough, then get more specific. Talk about specific things about the gym, like amenities and things of that nature, cancellation policies. And this is going to build you this really awesome description, right? For now, let's go with this. Let's save this. Okay. Let's go down. Let's go into the SEO section. And let's go ahead and generate with AI again. There we go. Let's go ahead and save this. I'm going to create a duplicate of this one again, so we can leave that intact. So this is what it said before, that line right here. The best gym in San Antonio, Texas has it all, dash free weights, saunas, juice bar, and fitness classes. Check us out for all of your fitness needs. Now, if we refresh, changed it again. Experience the difference at SEOPress Gym. Stop by and find the perfect choice for your fitness journey right here in San Antonio, Texas, our state-of-the-art facility, blah, 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 and blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah. So really, really cool stuff. It helped us based on what we had here in our description. It created our meta description down here. Now, obviously, this is way longer than the recommended 940 pixels. So you can now go in here and curate this a bit. Okay, so take out some things that have less SEO value, and maybe some things are missing that you can add, but you can curate that. But the really cool part about that is not just the titles and the descriptions, but how this ties in with ChatGPT to help you SEO optimize that description. So let's go ahead and refresh. So the actual descriptions now gets more valuable in terms of SEO. So boom, right there. And really you can build out that content for pennies, right? If you're in the US, pennies. Very stupid cheap to do this. Okay, I hope you found this useful and it gets you on the way to doing those SEO optimized titles and descriptions for the meta and for the actual content of the listing itself. All right, hope all is well with you guys, and please subscribe to stay tuned for the next video, or stay up to date with the next videos coming out, and stay tuned. Talk to you later.